sing our national anthem.
And welcome, everybody, to University of Tampa Baseball, the season opener round-robin tournament, Game 2. Tampa taking on Queens University out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Both teams looking for their first win of the season. Both teams losing last night. The Spartans losing to Mount Olive 11-3, and Queens University losing to Georgia College 6-2. And so both teams looking for that first win of the season. The Spartans will be the visiting team for this game. Queens University, you can see, just took the field, and the Spartans will be batting first. The batting order for the Tampa Spartans today, they will start with number 6 in the lineup is Jose Cadenas, a junior from Tampa, Florida, went to Gaither High School and also went to Hillsborough Community College, and playing for the Spartans today in his second game with the Tampa Spartans. Batting second will be the second baseman, number 2, Drew Earhard, and he is a junior from Tampa, Florida, Wharton High School. Third in the lineup for Tampa, veteran Nick Durr. And Durr comes in. He's number 5 from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, went to Sarasota High School. Batting cleanup for the Spartans will be Luke McDonald. McDonald is the catcher, is the DH for today's game. He was the catcher for yesterday's game. McDonald from Staten Island, New York, went to Xavier in high school. He is just a sophomore. Playing first base will be John Pitchman. Pitchman was the DH in yesterday's game. He is a senior from Palm Harbor, Florida, went to Palm Harbor University High School. Batting sixth is the catcher, number 18, and that is Josh Rulai from Riverview, Florida, went to Riverview High School and Pensacola Community College. Batting seventh is the right fielder, number 29, and that is Jacob Owens, a junior from Shawnee, Kansas, I should say, and he is in his first year with the program. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 27, is Mikey Navarrete, and Navarrete played third base to start yesterday's game, moved to shortstop late in the game, is at second base today, and he is from Miami, Florida, via Columbus High School. Batting ninth is the shortstop, and that is Christian Flint, number 20, and he is a senior from Delray Beach, Florida, and he is a 5'11", 170-pound senior. And pitching for the Spartans is number 8, Jordan Leisure. Leisure from Tampa, Florida, went to Riverview High School and missed last year, recovering from Tommy John surgery, and is back and ready to go, throwing in the low to mid-90s already. Pitching for Queens University. And the first pitch of the game to Martinez, and it is Jacobson on the mound, number 75. They've got some big numbers here. Tanner Jacobson out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, went to Alderica High School. Ground ball. Cadenas gets a base hit on the second pitch of the game. Joe Urso says he can fly, and he may be, as he goes, the team goes. Yesterday, the track was a little wet, but he still chose to send him on a couple plays, and a little drier track today. Kind of sprinkled throughout yesterday. Rained earlier this morning, but it's very dry. Field was covered, and Cadenas will take the lead off. Jacobson throws, and Earhart bounces it, gets by one. The throw over to in time to get him, but Cadenas was moving and got to second in time. Earhart with the throw out. That was Harris to Sexton.
Now batting left fielder, number 5, Nick Durr.
Up third for the Spartans. Nick Durr, left fielder. Ball outside.
Good picture of that one.
Setting the field for you, there's Dudney behind the plate. At first base is Sexton, second base Pickard. Curveball for a strike. Harris at short, Melton at third, and the outfield left to right is Ford, Connor, and Jones.
Oh, okay.
Queens University, coached by Jack McDowell. That name may sound familiar to some of you. Blackjack McDowell, longtime starter for the Chicago White Sox, won more than 170 games in his career, four-time All-Star, and started this program. Came here, this is his third season, second as a varsity sport. The first year was a club sport, and he was just getting things organized. Last year, their first year as a varsity team, and now they're in year number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Durr shakes the bat. Cadenas with the leadoff. Little looper out into left field. Does it fall? No. Cadenas has to hustle back. Caught by Ford. So 2 outs now. Cadenas still in scoring position at second. Luke McDonald to the plate. He had a 2-run home run yesterday. Spartans were trailing 4-1 at the time, got them back to 4-3. Unfortunately, those were the final runs Tampa scored, and they lost to Mount Olive 11-3. Kind of a sloppy game by Tampa, 5 errors in the field. McDonald, just a sophomore, interned last year under Danny Servin. And Danny Maynard as well. But they knew he was ready to step into this role. Though he is the DH in this game, will probably catch more often than not. Strike 1 pitch. Outside, ball 1. Actually, now it's 2-0. Queens University from Charlotte, North Carolina, the Queen City. So they're appropriately named. 2-0 pitch to McDonald. Curveball high, 2-1, or 3-0, I should say. Not playing McDonald very deep in left field. He hit one into deep center yesterday for his home run. He's got some power. There's a strike. McDonald flips his bat. We'll have to go get that. Umpires aren't always thrilled when a player does that. So 3-1, they'll step back in the box. On deck is Pitchman. And that one is hit. That's going to chase him deep into the left center field gap. Back near the wall, and making the catch on the run is Connor to end the inning. On the warning track, deep fly ball by McDonald, but it's for the 3rd out. So the Spartans get a leadoff base hit, leave him at second, and we've played a half an inning. It's no score. Tampa, and coming to bat, Queens University.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Bottom of the first inning we go. Jordan Leisure on the mound for the Tampa Spartans. The batting order for Queens University. Leading off will be number 23. And that is Drake Harris. He is from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Went to USC Upstate to start his career. Batting first is number 6. And that is Dominic Ford, a junior from Raleigh, North Carolina. Harris is batting second. He is from Wake Forest. Batting third, number 11. Noah Jones, sophomore from Chapel Hill, North Carolina, went to UNC Charlotte to start his career. Batting cleanup is number 15, Ryan Dudney, and he is from Whiteville, North Carolina. Batting fifth is number 1, and that is R.J. Connor, a junior from Statesville, North Carolina. Batting sixth is number 7, Anthony Orta, a sophomore from San Juan, Puerto Rico. Batting seventh is number 8, Alex Sexton, a sophomore from Dunedin, Florida, not too far from here. Went to Inspiration Academy, Dunedin, Florida, about 15 miles from the campus here. Batting 8th is number 13, and that is Mason Pickard, a junior from Adelaide, Australia. And batting 9th is number 28, and number 28 is Nick Melton, a sophomore from Shelby, North Carolina. First pitch from Leisure. Called strike. Foul tip into the mitt of Rulai. Umpires for today's games, Hank Himmerman, I should say, and on the field, and that's the only umpire they're listing. There's 2 of them out there, trust me. One ball, 2 strikes. Ford at the plate. Swing and a miss. He goes down swinging. So Jordan Leisure's first batter since coming back from surgery, missing all of last year, a strikeout. And that will bring...
Now batting the shortstop, number 23, Drake Harris.
Will bring Drake Harris to the plate. 4 at-bats yesterday, did not get a hit. Big swing and a miss. Harris, even though he's a shortstop, a left-handed batter. Strike one pitch. A little high. 1-1.
I don't know. Did you schedule your meeting? We do our meeting right now, like right here. Yeah, every class I go to do a lot of I know how many.
Just missed outside. 2 balls, 1 strike.
I get to know, I can familiarize your name with your face. Okay. Yeah. Sam Schneider. Yeah. Nice.
2-1 pitch on the way.
Yes.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Spartans defensively, Rulai behind the plate, Pitchman at first, Earhart at second, Navarrete at third, Flint shortstop, and then left field is Durr, and then Cadenas in center, Owens in right, and strike 3 call, 2 up, 2 down. It'll bring Noah Jones to the plate.
Number 11, Noah Jones.
Jones, a .419 hitter from a year ago. Leading hitter on this team last year. And proved he's a good hitter as he's 2 for 2 officially yesterday, including a double. 10 home runs as well last year. Fouls it back. Would have been right in our face if we didn't have the backstop. Trust as you to save me, though, right? Okay, obviously.
I left him here last night. He wasn't here when I got here.
One strike pitch with 2 out. Swing and a miss. Leisure showing good command here in the first. Throwing strikes, working in and out.
For baseball. He's going to try to play baseball. When he's sitting on the bench, he's going to wear his cleats.
0-2. Weiss went a little high. 1-2.
That's okay. 13 points. Hopefully bring better luck than last night, Jeff.
Hey, they were already losing.
Tim's down there. He's got your golf cart.
1-2.
Yeah.
Ground ball foul.
Yeah, he was wondering how he was going to continue this year.
He's got to get a jacket from you if you weren't here. Didn't give it for us. 14. We'll just
Yeah, he's going to Florida State.
Yeah, he said he's going there. He's getting us.
Long look by Leisure.
Only these 2 teams ever here.
The 1-2. Taps it foul, stays alive. This is the second game today. First game just got over about an hour ago. And Georgia College held on to beat Mount Olive. 11-6 was the final.
Brady was number 1.
So Georgia College 2-0 on this trip. Ground ball. Nice stop by Pitchman at first. He runs over, steps on the bag to end the inning. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We played a full inning, and it's no score. Tampa and Queens University right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
To the top of the second we go. No score. Tampa will be sending up Pitchman, Rulai, and Owens, the 5, 6, 7 hitters. By the way, congrats to the Tampa women's basketball team. A 70-58 winner over Rollins College on the road today. The Spartans remain unbeaten in SSC play. Owners of a 14-game winning streak. They have not lost a game since late November. Pitchman fly ball is going out towards center. Connor waits and makes the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Men's team playing right now. Softball also being played today. This is when the spring sports and the winter sports merge for a while, at least in Florida. So we're still a month and a half away from the official start of spring. Rulai just turned on that one and fouled it off. Caught a couple innings yesterday late in the game. Ball low. Rulai, Riverview, Florida. A junior transferred in.
missing a whole section of screen last night? Where? On the side? Might have been. Looks like it's up.
A little bit inside. I think that hit the umpire. Bounced off his mask. He took it. Still standing. Two balls, one strike to Rulai. Fastball, and he turned and popped it up high. Looks playable. Center or left fielder coming in, drifting, comes back and makes the catch, and that's Ford. That was a rainmaker. 2 outs.
Now batting the right fielder, number 29, Jacob Owens.
Jacob Owens to the plate now. His first appearance for the Spartans from Shawnee, Kansas. Playing right field today. Spartans typically a mix of 4-year players and junior college players. I shouldn't say junior college, but players who come in after 2 years at another school, either D1 transferring down to D2 or junior college players making the move on to the 4-year school. And then usually 3 or 4 players starting from their freshman year. One of them this year, J.D. Urso, Coach Urso's son, who got in yesterday at second base late in the game. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and one. Down the middle, evened it up, 2 and 2. Two on the way. Down the middle below. Barking from the Queens dugout. Talked to Coach McDowell before the game, and I said, it's only 60 here in Tampa today. Sorry you had to drive this far. Could have stayed home for this weather. And he said, no, if you saw the weather report, it snowed in Charlotte today. Not a lot, but it did come down this morning. A walk to Owens, and it'll bring up Mikey Navarrete to the plate. Playing third base. Started last year at shortstop for the Spartans to start the season. There's a ball. First time this weekend, some blue sky creeping out, causing Dominic Ford has found the one spot on the ball diamond out in left field where the sun is creeping through. Foul ball out of play above the Queens dugout. They're expecting a sunny day tomorrow, but temperature's still about the same. This is about 10 degrees cooler than average for Tampa. Watched the weather earlier this week. They said the average high had increased from 70 to 71 degrees in late January. And he said, but we're on our way to averaging 90 degrees once June gets here. One and two to Navarrete with 2 outs. Jacobson in the stretch, fires, ground ball foul. Down into the Spartan bullpen. Should mention our camera setup was one camera, stationary. We don't have enough space up here to have someone be able to move the camera. There'd just be too many people up here, so you will lose the ball down the lines. I'll keep you informed as best I can. 1-2 again. Curveball gets the strikeout. Navarrete goes down swinging. And we've now played an inning and a half. No score. Coming to bat for Queens University will be, let's see if I can find him here, Dudney, Connor, and Orta. We'll be back on the Sunshine State Digital Network. Dudney will lead off the bottom of the second for Queens University. Got a hit and 4 at-bats yesterday. It was a double. Jordan Leisure, very efficient on the mound for the Spartans in the first.
In the second inning for Queens University, the batter is the captain, Ryan Dudney.
Last year, Dudney was a .265 hitter. Had 4 home runs. 27 hits. First pitch is a ball. A little bit inside. 2-0. Another nice crowd here for the second game of the season. A fair amount of fans here from Queens University. Sporting their attire. Swing and a miss. Two-one on the way. Big swing and a miss again. Evened up 2-2.
Yeah, it was.
And swing and a miss. Boy, Leisure fought back after going down 2-0. 3 straight strikes. Dudney's out. That'll bring up Connor.
Now batting the center fielder, number 1, R.J. Connor.
RJ from Statesville, North Carolina. Most of the players are homegrown North Carolinians. Down the middle, strike 2. Leisure just keeps pounding the strike zone early in this game. Swing and a miss. One after one high out of the zone. Connor is out, and that'll bring up Orta. 2 strikeouts this inning.
Now batting the designated hitter, number 7.
4 so far on the game for Leisure. Call strike. Orta did not play in yesterday's game. And he's in his first year with the program.
This takes one from those places that puts him on street signs. Yeah.
Again, he gets ahead 0-2 with 2 outs.
Yeah.
Just missed on the corner, tempting. You want to make him guess on that 0-2 pitch. See if they'll go after one just outside the zone. Tap foul. Stays 1-2. Due up for the Spartans, Flint, Cadenas, and Earhart in the top of the third. One, 2 on the way, outside. Fouled off, stays 1-2 again.
Bring that from home or do you buy it here?
No, I mean, I come by it.
Right, so it's
2-2. Chops at it, pops it up down the right field line. Diving, falls in for a base hit. Heading for second is Orta. Here's the throw. And he slides ahead of the tag. Ball gets away. But Nick Durr backing it up. That one just fell in front of Owens. Kind of a little Bermuda triangle between Pitchman, Earhart, and Owens. And about 3 feet fair. And Orta running all the way, able to get to second ahead of the tag. First hit off Leisure. Brings up Alan Sexton. This is the Dunedin, Florida product. So Leisure into the stretch for the first time. Ground ball, takes a nice hop. Flint throws him out to Pitchman. Perfect hop for Flint. Toss across in time, and the inning is over. So we played 2 full, both teams with a hit. Neither team has scored. Tampa coming up in the third right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
Get the best seats. Enjoy pre-game hospitality. Create memorable moments that will last a lifetime. Catch championship action in VIP style with the NCAA experience, powered by Prime Sport. Be a VIP. Visit ncaa.com/VIP today.
Top of the third we go. Christian Flint leading off. The number 9 hitter for the Spartans. Ground ball, solid base hit down the left field line. That should go for extras. Ford tracks it down in foul territory, but it was fair when it passed the bag, and a stand-up double for Christian Flint. Got around on that. Fair by about 3 feet. And that sets the plate for Jose Cadenas. By the way, the women's softball team opened the season with a 2-0 win over Ursuline College today. Ursuline College out of Ohio. They'll play Newberry College tomorrow in a doubleheader starting at noon. Cadenas shows bunt, called strike. Joe Urso says he's good with the bat, has lightning speed. Singled his first time up. Shows bunt, curveball over his head. So Joe Urso looks like wants to play a little small ball and get Flint over to third. 1-1 pitch to Cadenas. Shows bunt again. Again over his head. Knocked down by the catcher, Dudney, but Flint not able to advance. It'll be 2-1 now. Joe Urso told me yesterday that this is a team that may rely on more small ball than years past. Says we don't have the power we have had in the past. Not that they don't have some guys with pop, but not as many. Again, he shows bunt, gets it down. That should move the runner. To throw to Cadenas and to get Cadenas out just in time. Kind of a low, lazy throw. And the second baseman, Pickard, had to dig it out of the dirt. But he does move Flint over. They might have had a play if they wanted to try. But they kind of conceded that base to him. That brings up Drew Earhart to the plate. Flint now 90 feet away with just one out. Outside, Flint's going to try to score. No, he goes back. Boy, sure looked like he had a chance. That might show the faith they have in Drew Earhart. Don't take an out at the plate when Drew may drive you in anyway. Swing and a miss. 1-1.
He gets the first, and he just throw it out on the second. You put him down for him second.
No score, top of the third. Tampa and Queens University, the pitch. Earhart up the middle. That'll bring the run in. The throw is in time to get Earhart, but he does get the RBI. Flint scores, and Tampa takes a 1-0 lead. That's why Flint did not take the chance scoring. Shows they have faith in their batters. Brings up Nick Durr. He flew out to Ford in left field his first time up. First pitch is a ball.
We were unable to match
Jacobson's tried that kind of lazy curve a number of times, and they all start over the batter's head and don't come into the zone. Fastball, though, fouled off.
I'm sure people are just waiting to hear about basketball here, play?
I don't know.
Just soccer?
Yeah, I mean, there are some basketball players, some pro basketball teams, but no, we don't like that.
What other sports?
2-1 pitch. Down the middle, evened up 2-2.
How?
Playing Durr straight away, not real deep. And the pitch. Outside. Full count, 3-2. Spartans, though, pushed a run across on a double, sacrifice bunt, and a ground out to short. 3-2 on the way. Fouled off. We'll do it again. And the payoff pitch from Jacobson. Call strike 3. Durr wanted to pass. Umpire begged to differ. So that ends the inning for the Spartans. They do pick up a run on a base hit. 1-0 at the end of 2.5 right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity. Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Top of the third we go. Pickard will lead off for Queens University, the number 8 hitter, followed by Melton, then back to the top of the order with Dominic Ford. Jordan Leisure fires for Tampa. Fouled off. Gets ahead early. The 0-1, down the middle, call strike 2, gets ahead early. Swing and a miss, went upstairs with that pitch. And Pickard goes down swinging. Strikeout number 5 in just 2 1/3 innings for Jordan Leisure. That'll bring Melton to the plate. Nick from Shelby, North Carolina. His first at-bat of the season goes swinging after that one, and he's behind 0-1. Goes upstairs again, and Melton likes that pitch, but hasn't made contact on either. 0-2. Goes to the same spot, 3 pitches in a row, and Melton swings and misses at all 3 and goes down. 6 strikeouts now for Leisure, 2 down here in the third. Just kept working that spot. No way Melton was going to catch up with that one. High, above the letters. They're tempting, but you just never get around on them. Top of the order, Dominic Ford. Drops a base hit in front of Nick Durr on the very first pitch. Second hit of the game for Queens University.
Now batting the shortstop, Drake Harris.
And it brings Drake Harris to the plate. Number 23, the shortstop. Ball outside. Leisure with a look over. Ford with the lead. And the throw. Fouled off. 1-1. Leisure again back to first. And Ford again back safely. In the stretch, Leisure goes. There goes Ford. They call for the pitch out. The throw by Rulai. And Ford is in safely. Ball bounces away. Goes out towards shortstop. Earhart tracked it down, and Ford stays. But he does move into scoring position with his team down 1-0. Called for the pitch out, but Ford got the jump anyway. And the pitch to Harris. A little bit low. 3-1 now. Harris calls timeout. Leisure fires. Swing and a miss. 3-2. And the payoff pitch. Popped up. Out of play. So the 3-2 pitch again from Leisure. Harris waits. Ford looks on at second. Inside, ball 4. First walk of the game given up by Leisure. Puts runners at first and second with 2 out. Brings Noah Jones to the plate.
Now batting right fielder, Noah Jones.
Jones hit a shot to John Pitchman at first. Back in the first inning, Pitchman made the stop, touched the bag, and ended the inning. First pitch gets under Rulai, and the base runners advance to second and third. Both now in scoring position. Tying run 90 feet away. Jones waits, Leisure fires. Low, Rulai stops that one. Ford and Harris on the base paths. Jones waits. Call strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Long time between pitches for Leisure. Here's the pitch. Hit out into right field and over the head of Owens. That's going to bring in 2 runs, and Queens University is going to take the lead. Heading for third, the throw, and he's going to be in safely. Noah Jones with a sliding triple. The Spartans were claiming he was off the base. Mikey Navarrete trying to appeal it, not going to win it. Looked like Jones was pretty much entrenched on the base. So a base hit over the head of Owens, went all the way to the wall. 2 runs scored. Triple for Jones, and a 2-1 lead for Queens University with Dudney coming to the plate, the cleanup hitter. Dudney's first pitch is fouled back. Jones with the lead off. Here's the pitch. Fly ball. That could be in the gap. Coming in is Durr. Makes the catch to end the inning. Racing in from left field into left center. Queens University does pick up a couple on 2 hits. And at the end of 3, it is Queens University on top of Tampa 2-1 on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor. It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
As soon as it happens, get captured, and then
So we head to the top of the fourth, and for the second consecutive day, the Tampa Spartans will have to come from behind to try to pick up a win. They had a 1-0 lead. The top of the third, gave up 2 in the bottom of the third and trailed 2-1. Yesterday, they went down 4-0, cut it to 4-3, and that was as close as they would get in an 11-3 loss. Luke McDonald, the DH, coming to the plate. He flew out to center field his first time up. Jacobson fires. First pitch is a ball. That one is hit high. Ford waits, can't see the ball, and now moves over and makes the catch. Fortunately for him, it was only about 3 feet away from him. It was a sky-high pop-up that he lost. It went above the lights.
Batter is the first baseman, John Pitchman.
But it was only about 3 feet from where he originally started. Brings John Pitchman to the plate. Pitchman flew to center as well his first time up. Curveball outside. Strike call, 1-1. Ball low, 2-1. 61 degrees right now in Tampa. Cool for us. Lazy curveball. Pitchman can't dial it down. Swings and misses.
No, not yet. Hey, tomorrow after the game, gotta bring it in for basketball. Bring in the scoreboard. I don't know.
2-2 pitch on the way.
Oh, my God. Yeah, some guy needs money.
Outside, we'll go to a full count.
He didn't mess up. How was Dom? Dom was pretty smooth. Play that out? No, that's not this. He missed the opener. Too cool.
The payoff pitch just misses outside, and a walk to Pitchman. So a 1-out walk will bring Josh Rulai to the plate. Throw over and back in time. Call strike.
From the railing, there's 3 of them. Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Strike call. 0-2 count. Tomorrow there are games at 11 and 3. At 3 o'clock, Tampa will play Georgia College, and Queens will play Mount Olive at 11. Swing and a miss on a curve. The final 2 games of this 4-team round-robin tournament. So Rulai goes down, 2 outs now with Pitchman on first. And Jacob Owens to the plate. Ball a little bit low. Fastball, a little bit low. 2-0. That one is hit in the gap. That could be deep. Giving chase is Ford. It's going to get past him. Goes all the way to the wall. One hop. Joe Urso sending pitchman in. And this game's going to be tied at 2-2. Ball gets away from the catcher and heading to third goes Owens. He'll get a double and moves to third on the overthrow. Just hit a rocket into the gap. Ford gave chase. Connor gave chase. One hop to the wall. And with 2 outs, pitchman was running on contact. Scored. Ball bounced away from the catcher at the plate, Dudney, allowing Owens to go to third, and that brings up Navarrete to the plate with a chance to give the Spartans the lead again. Mikey struck out his first time up. Taps that one foul. Jacobson sets and fires. Outside corner. Dudney tried to bring it in. Two balls, one strike with 2 out. Lead run 90 feet away. And that's fly ball heading toward the gap. They're giving chase again. Ford and Connor near the wall. Bounces in. That's going to be an RBI, and Navarrete scampers back to second base with a stand-up double, and the Spartans take a 3-2 lead. Back-to-back doubles in just about the exact same spot. Have plated 2, and Tampa scores 2 to take the lead in the top of the fourth.
I'm adding the shortstop, Christian Flint.
Now another runner in scoring position for Christian Flint, the shortstop. Fastball. Into the stretch goes Jacobson. Takes a look back. Fires. Popped up. Should be playable. First baseman Sexton. Foul territory. Gives way. And the second baseman Pickard makes the catch to end the inning. Spartans pick up a couple. 2 runs, 3 hits. Actually, it'll be 2 runs, 2 hits. And they take the lead 3-2.
They scored 2 runs on 2 hits. It was 1 error and 1 left. And the bottom of the 4th inning, it's
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
Okay, give me a second. I got to dig this out of here.
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
Bottom of the fourth we go. Tampa picking up a couple in the top of the fourth to take a 3-2 lead. Jack Ike, now joined by Connor Moore, back from a successful women's basketball road trip to Rollins College.
Yes.
A nice win, 70-58. Tampa picking up the win today.
Yeah, it was a great all-around performance by the team without Dory Naj, who's battling a knee injury, so the team stepped up in a big way.
Malia Sullivan, 29 points.
Yeah, she was
career high.
She was having her way, that's for sure. And Julie Ingram, 14 points, 4 threes. So it was a good bounce back game for her after being held in check in her last appearance.
This is Connor batting for Queen's University. Leisure fires. Hit him in the elbow or close by. And a free trip to first.
Notice the first game, Jack, the Georgia College Bobcats. Double digits.
They were strong.
Against the Trojans of Mount Olive.
Yep.
So they moved to 2-0 on the young season.
Both teams got out fast in that game. The first inning took almost 50 minutes.
Wow.
I believe it was 5-3 after the first. They added a couple more in the second, and then Georgia College just edged away for the 11-6 win. This is Orta. Fouled back. Orta with a double his last time up.
Leisure's got his pitch count in great shape, 54, 6 strikeouts, so he's getting
he's been efficient. He's been efficient. Got touched a little bit the last inning. Doubles have been the rule of the day so far in this game, a bunch of them. One triple as well. So extra base hits dominating the landscape so far.
Yes, Spartans have had 9 opportunities with runners on, only 3 chances thus far for Queens, 4th here.
Leisure fires to Orta. Ground ball, I should say a liner through short and third, and runners are now at first and second with nobody out. And Queens looking to tie it up or take the lead again.
That was the first baseman, Alan Sexton.
Brings up Alan Sexton to the plate, the first baseman. Grounded to short. Spartans would love that. Now.
Big at-bat here in this game. 2 on, nobody out. Leisure really wants to get Sexton here. Work in and out of trouble.
If you can get him out without the runners advancing, even better. Or if you can turn 2 somehow.
Now, Jack, a question for you. If you're the Queens Royals and Jack McDowell, any consideration in bunting here, try to advance the runner?
He hasn't shown that so far today. The Spartans showed it earlier. But he hasn't. Might be the thing to do, though. We're a couple pitches into this. At bat. Pop foul.
It's a big swing that time by Sexton. He was thinking about something in the gaps.
A lot of room in the left center gap right now as they're shading him to right field. Leisure in the stretch. Runners are going. They're going to go to second. They get that runner, I believe. No, he dropped the ball.
Yeah, the throw beat him.
Oh, I thought they beat him, but they weren't able to get the tag down. Popped out of Earhart's mitt, so runners are now at second and third. I guess that answers if some sort of small ball will get the runners to second and third. He did it via the steal, the double steal.
Mr. McDowell might have heard me down there. He said, I'll get him over to second and third one way.
Guy's got more baseball knowledge than I've got.
And now the complexion of this at-bat changes drastically. A base hit could drive home 2 and give Queens the lead.
And the pitch. Inside. 3-1. Somebody hustles down to the Spartan bullpen to stretch at 21.
Looks like Mr. Arredondo.
Early.
Most valuable player of the championship run for the Spartans last year getting loose. Very well might need him tonight.
So 3-1 pitch on the way. Runners at second and third. That's hit out into left field. It's going to be deep. Durr at the wall. Off the wall. Fields it. They send both runners home. They're going to have a play at the plate. Here's the throw. Bounces away. And both runners score. Orta and Connor scoring, and Queens University has taken a 4-3 lead. That one well over Durr's head, went all the way to the wall.
Sexton looking for the fastball. He got it, and he drilled it.
He ends up at third. Will get a double, moving to third on the throw. And Queens University has responded for the second time after falling behind in the game.
And it's interesting, Jack. You always see as Sam Littell will come out to the mound, those lead-off walks always come back to haunt you. It wasn't necessarily Leisure's fault. One pitch got away from him. It was a hits Batman. But Connor got on, and then Orta with the single, the double steal, and then the full count hit by Sexton has given the Royals the lead, and they're not done yet.
No, I know I bring it up every year, and I know you're probably tired of hearing it, but there was the old wives' tale that a leadoff walk will score 2/3 of the time. 67% of the time, a leadoff walk will come back to bite you. Well, research says that's not true. Any sort of leadoff batter getting on first base scores approximately 1/3 of the time. I mean, it's within percentage points depending on how you get on, but it's not anything significantly different. It's just coaches want to just hammer home, don't give up a leadoff walk.
Oh, absolutely. It's super deflating for a pitcher. First, because you have to pitch from the stretch then. Yep. That just makes the inning a lot more difficult than it was before. Leisure's ready. The 8-hitter Pickard's ready. Here we go.
Swing and a miss. A little off-speed pitch. Spartans pull the infield in with nobody out. They don't want to fall down 5-3 if possible.
I like the move here. Play at the plate. Anything hit right at an infielder.
Leisure winds up and fires. Swing and a miss.
2 big cuts by Pickard. Let's see what Brulai and Leisure come up with here. Definitely hoping for Pickard, who's already struck out once back in the third inning, to chase.
The 0-2. A little bit inside. Pickard has to hop out of the way.
Setup pitch. Now let's see if Leisure attacks the outside part of the zone. Got Pickard to take a step off the plate.
1-2 on the way. Outside, 2-2. Leisure leans in, gets the sign. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss, got the big K. High and inside. Got Pickard to go around. That'll bring Melton to the plate.
Superb pitch that time. Pickard wanted to lay off when it's eye level and in, like you said. Just too hard to lay off. Great pitch by Leisure.
Speaking of that, Melton to the plate. Saw 3 pitches his first at bat. All of them high inside. A little above the letters. He swung at all 3.
Yeah.
Leisure would like to see that again. Will not. It popped up. Earhart in the infield backs up.
That is not going to do the job. And that's super, super deflating. You had a man on third, nobody out, and you get back-to-back outs. In danger are the Royals of leaving that runner stranded. As for Leisure, though, how about that bounce-back effort after Militello came out to the mound? Looks a lot more comfortable.
Just trying to minimize the damage. We go to the top of the order, and it's Ford to the plate.
Speaking of top of the lineups for the Spartans in the 5th inning, it will be Cadenas, Earhart, and Durr. Not used to seeing the Spartans as the away team too often here.
I've miscalled it twice already today.
I do not blame you.
Nice off-speed pitch. Doesn't get the call, though. Ford struck out, singled his last at-bat, and scored.
No. You said 10. No, then you switch. Language barrier.
Slow curve, just missing outside. Sexton on third. Drove in 2 with a double, went to third on the throw. Queens University leading 4-3. Down the middle. First couple innings, Leisure was just really pounding the strike zone. But again, second time through the order, that much tougher.
Yeah, they'll make your coffee. They're expensive. Give me more $2.
Swing and a miss.
Leisure fooled Ford that time.
Yeah.
Nowhere close on that swing. If you're Leisure and you're able to locate that pitch again, by all means, throw it.
And the 2-2. There it is. Got the strikeout. Some damage done by Queens University, though. They pick up 2 on a double. And it's now 4-3. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. We head to the top of the 5th. Tampa trailing Queens University 4-3 on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Top of the 5th we head. 4-3, Queens University leading the Tampa Spartans. And by the way, Connor, if you Google search Queens College looking to get information on this game,
find the wrong college?
You find a school in New York.
Yes. Got to specify North Carolina.
Yeah, one's university, this one. One's Queens College. I went to their baseball schedule, and I'm like, they don't even have the game listed.
No.
They don't start until late February. What is the deal? They played last night. And Cadenas fouls it back. And then I was reading about the lovely campus in New York.
Cadenas. We saw a home run from him yesterday. He's got a single and a sack. And then how about the first pitch squaring to bunt? This young man showing a little bit of everything here in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, this is the first time we've seen him try to bunt for a hit. He put down a nice sacrifice his last at-bat. And he just slaps that one in the gap, giving chase. Ford and Connor. That is the 3rd ball to go all the way to the wall. Same spot. Cadenas trucks into second base with a stand-up double.
Jack, this is a young man we're going to enjoy watching all season long. He has the ability, and that pitch was out over the plate and has the level swing to guide it into the gap. Great job by Cadenas.
I would bet those 3 doubles by the Spartans all hit within 5 feet of each other at the wall out there. All right in the gap. Sets the plate for Drew Earhart, who brought in a run last time. Cadenas moved the runner to third, and Earhart grounded out to short, driving in the run. And now Cadenas on second, representing the tying run, pitch outside. Spartans took the lead, fell down 2-1, took the lead again, and now down 4-3.
Earhart has such a good eye. He is not going to expand out of the strike zone, forcing Jacobson to attack him. Nice off-speed pitch there.
1-1. Trying to hold Cadenas close at... that one's high. Earhart had to duck. Nice job by Dudney to keep that one in his mitt.
Hitters count for Earhart, ahead 2-1. Digs in at the dish. Long look from Jacobson to Dudney.
And the pitch. Earhart slaps it out into center field, and it is caught by Connor. Cadenas has to come back. Solid hit, but right at the center fielder.
Tough luck out there because Earhart was right on that pitch, and sometimes you get all of it, but you hit it right at a fielder.
Just as solid, just as hard as 3 hits that have gone for doubles.
Lars isn't working.
But right at a fielder.
Europeans.
I'm going to take a leap of faith. I'm going to say Nick Durr is due. We saw him last night and working on 0-for-2 day. Let's see what he can do here. Runner in scoring position. Spartans just 1 for 6 thus far in that department.
Called out last time on a 3-2 pitch. Tried to coax a walk. It was borderline, but one of those that you probably shouldn't take no matter what.
Especially with 2 strikes, to your point. Anything that's close, got to swing the bat.
Got to defend the plate. In the stretch, Jacobson, a couple looks back, fires, a little bit low. 2-1.
Yes.
Designated hitter Luke McDonald on deck. Batting cleanup.
And the pitch. Nice curveball. 2-2.
Nick Durr looking dead red fastball. Got the off speed, and he can only shrug his shoulders there. Now 2-2. Got to stay on your toes.
2-2 pitch. Check swing will go full. That one was low. Nighttime now in Tampa. Can't see the lights of the buildings of downtown Tampa anymore.
Marquee matchup. Jacobson and Durr in a full count. Top of the 5th inning. Spartans trail by 1.
Here's the pitch. Looked good. Called third strike again. So Durr has gone down twice looking. And it will leave it up to Luke McDonald.
And he painted the corner that time low and outside. Just got a piece of it. Durr was looking for something in over the plate. 2 outs. McDonald, he's flown out to Ford and Connor today.
Again, that's a tough pitch to not try to make contact.
I think so. You got to try to foul it off at least, I think, right there.
Live another pitch. That one gets away. That'll move Cadenas up to third. Still going to take a hit to bring him in, or an error.
Yeah, pressure.
Or a pass ball, or a wild pitch.
Pressure on Dudney. Got to keep the ball in front of you because, like you said, anything that gets away, Cadenas, he can motor on home with anything.
Yeah,
so.
Another pitch like that, it's a tie game.
Pressure is on.
Outside, 2-0. (2-0) on the way. Call strike, 2-1.
Jacobson really favoring that outer portion of the plate. He does not want anything to do with the inside in on these potent Spartan hitters.
Outside, 3-1.
And if you're McDonald here, anything in your wheelhouse, try to line it up.
Should be a good pitch to hit, and here we go. Outside, ball 4 will bring John Pitchman to the plate, and it will be his opportunity to tie this game.
Great eye that time.
Pitchman walked last time and scored on one of the back-to-back doubles. So runners at the corners. Outside. Jacobson missing outside low lately. Cadenas third. McDonald's on first. Pitchman at the plate. Outside again. 2-0. Outside and low, ball 3. Jacobson really struggling to do anything but throw outside and low right now.
Yeah, he's lost the strike zone. Would not surprise me if Dudney goes out to the mound if he misses again.
Yeah.
Maybe even have...
This is taking all the way.
Have to here. One pitch away from loading the bases.
Inside, but he walked him. Back-to-back walks for John Pitchman at the plate. And the bases are loaded. And Josh Rulai.
You can see Dudney looking into his dugout here, trying to figure out what they want to do defensively, alignment-wise. Looks like they're going to play Rulai straight up, although between short and third, there is a
fairly big gap.
Yes, huge hole there if Rulai is able to hit it in between.
Rulai's first big pressure situation as a Tampa Spartan, the first pitch, and he fouls it off.
Good cut by Rulai out in front, however. As for Jacobson, needed that pitch to work for ahead now. And
he had a high fly ball to Ford earlier. Struck out his last time. Needs to come through here, tie this game up, or give the Spartans the lead. The pitch in the dirt. Boy, that one gets a little farther away. We've got a little drama at the plate.
Dudney was daring Cadenas to trot on home there. Pitchman's at first, McDonald at second, Cadenas at third, Rulai at the plate.
1 ball, 1 strike. Steps off. And back. Slow curve, call strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Playing very deep in the infield, fairly deep outfield. Just about everybody almost on the grass. 1-2 pitch. Inside and high. 2-2.
Well. Rulai battling. Jacobson needs to make a pitch to get out of this jam. Getting dicey at the University of Tampa.
You want to see the way you see it? I mean, it's not like rigs.
Long look in. And Rulai finally says enough's enough. 2-2. Jacobson fires. Rulai slaps a base hit. That's going to tie it up. Joe Urso is going to send McDonald. We're going to have a play at the plate. Here's the throw. He's in safely. Ball gets away. Runners advance to second and third. Tampa takes a 5-3 lead. 5-4 lead.
First off, terrific hitting by Rulai, and it's so funny, Jack. We saw it last night. There was some sloppy defense between Mount Olive and the Tampa Spartans, so maybe Tampa a little bit fortunate tonight to get a ricochet like that, and now they retake the lead, and they're not done yet as Owens has an opportunity with 2 on and 2 in scoring position. So you stated how for Rulai, his first big plate appearance as a Spartan
came through.
For Owens now, he finds himself in the same predicament.
Not quite as big because the lead, but still big. Because now you want to add to that lead.
Oh, absolutely. Get those insurance runs. We have a lot of baseball left to play.
Got to keep pounding it. Owens, the right fielder, waits. Joe Urso is out to questioning something about Jacobson's
that might have been
work
on
the mound.
That could have been a balk, honestly.
Well, Joe might have called it, but the umpires didn't.
It was certainly funky. Jacobson did not. Did he stop?
What did he do? I was looking at my score sheet.
Let's take a look. He might. It was definitely a giddy in his delivery.
Before he pitched?
Before he pitched. He was looking at pitchman over at third. And I don't know if he stopped his... Urso will not win the appeal.
No. But he's planted the seed.
Regardless, Jacobson's thinking a little bit more on the mound.
Yes, and so is the ump on the field. Owens at the plate. Chance to help the Spartans take a bigger lead. And Jacobson steps off, maybe rattled a little bit, asked for a new sign.
Well, he lost the strike zone back against Rulai and Pitchman. Matter of fact, even back against McDonald. 2 consecutive walks on the single. And
fires that one down the middle.
Right down Broadway. Owens frustrated because that could have been a hitting parade. Digs back in. Crowd on the edge of their seats.
Yep. That's because it's cold.
Yeah.
The 0-1. Slow curve, nice pitch for a strike. Top of the 5th, Tampa has retaken the lead. These teams just going back and forth, volleying like a tennis match right now. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, gets out of the inning, but Tampa does some damage and takes the lead. Tampa with 2 runs and a couple hits. There was an error. And we've now played 4.5, and it's Tampa 5, Queens University 4 on TampaSpartans.tv.
I knew that there was an opportunity to have my college paid for if I was good enough to play baseball at that level. That was going to make a big difference in my family. D2 baseball gave me an opportunity to play at a high level and to get an education that's going to be valuable for me throughout the rest of my life. I chose to take my experience of being a student athlete and pursue that within my career and to get a master's degree. If I wouldn't have had a baseball scholarship, there'd be no chance that I'm doing what I'm doing today.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
And I won't be able to talk.
You want me to do one more?
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Back in the lead, 5-4 now, and a pitching change, Connor, right?
Yes, sir. Jacinto Arredondo, the senior right-handed reliever for the Tampa Spartans. He was the 2019 NCAA Division II Championship Series Most Outstanding Player and a member of the All-Tournament team. Last year, he appeared in 21 games. He was 4-1, 3 saves and 44 and a third, innings, 2.44 ERA. He had 6 strikeouts twice for a reliever. An impressive feat there. And this is a guy that can light up the radar gun when he is feeling it. He throws the fastball. He throws it well. And then sprinkle in a slider and a changeup. And he's grooving. Let's see what the Royals can do. It's 2-3-4. Harris, Jones, and Dudney against the reigning most outstanding player of the championship series.
Normally, Arredondo will be your closer, but I think since he didn't get in last night, Joe Urso just wants this opportunity, especially with the team taking the lead. I doubt he's going to go 4 innings of relief.
Was just going to say
5 innings of relief.
Right, completely depends on the flow of the game.
Jack McDowell didn't like that strike call, and he's coming down. You know what he didn't like? Is Arredondo has a little hop in his delivery, and I don't think he liked that. That's his delivery. That's his delivery all of last year. It's his delivery this year, but I think he thought it was deceptive or something. But it's hard to see with our camera being straight on, but there's a little bit of a hop. Jack McDowell does know a few things about pitching.
I was just going to say, we have 2 of the best coaches in all of baseball across the country, Joe Urso, Jack McDowell. These 2 veteran skippers, they've seen a lot and they know a lot, so something obviously going on. You mentioned with Arredondo his unusual delivery, and I believe McDowell,
I think he's telling the home plate umpire to tell the field umpire to watch that, but that's his delivery. I mean, some people have quirky deliveries. I don't think that is out of the ordinary. It's not a balk. It's not a delay. It's just a little hop. See if you want to take a look at that.
McDowell now back into the coaching box.
I think it just surprised him to watch it. Here it is. Hop. And McDowell again yelling. I don't think they can't change the delivery. Is he protesting?
I believe a warning has been issued.
Oh, okay.
To McDowell. Enough is enough, says our crew chief.
Now the umpires are going to huddle. As far as I can tell, that's what their concern is the little hop on Arredondo's delivery. It was fine all last year.
And now Joe Urso is coming out.
Well, he's just going to lobby for his player.
Yeah, he wants an explanation. What's taking so long? Well, while we have a minute here, Jack, let's recap on the day. I walk over, so we have the tennis match resuming from yesterday.
Okay.
So
Still
singles and doubles, yes. As for softball, they swept Ursuline and won both games in their opening day. They'll be back in action against Newberry tomorrow.
Hello. Now McDowell went out and complained to Joe Urso.
Hello.
And now...
Wait a minute now.
McDowell
here come the benches.
Pushed back by his players or his coaches.
Both benches urging the players to stay close and not get involved.
He wants me to turn the camera.
So this will not escalate. We did not want to see it escalate.
Does he want me to turn the
Both teams
you want the camera?
Staying in their respected dugouts.
We'll see if we can turn the camera a little bit. There's what's going on. It was a little bit more intense a few minutes ago, but it's all the delivery in Arredondo, a hop. You know, technically, maybe with the hop, he does come off the rubber on the delivery. But it got intense there, and Joe Urso and Jack McDowell were toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose, and I'm not sure if it was Queens coaches or Tampa coaches that pushed McDowell out of the way. I couldn't tell from the uniform bottoms. He is still going at it, though.
What a start to the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now, not sure if McDowell is walking back with the umpire to talk, or the
he was
umpire
already
is
warned.
Walking him out of the ballpark.
He was already warned.
Right.
So if he's been thrown out of this game, by no stretch of the imagination, would that be... And I believe...
He may be ejected.
I believe he is.
Yeah.
He's being escorted out of the ballpark. So that will be all for Jack McDowell. Andrew Knight, Al Dassman, and Alan Cockrell will take over coaching responsibilities. The one thing I'll say is give credit to both teams for not letting that escalate, because there was a point where we were worried maybe a brawl was going to take place, but both teams able to stay in their dugouts, and
the players stayed away.
Yes.
So the coaches got out there to get in between people.
Well, looking at this, neither side is happy.
No.
Neither side is happy right now. And we still have a meeting between our two umpires. Here comes our crew chief, Hank Himmelman.
There's McDowell. I can see him walking out.
Both dugouts have now been warned officially. So any extracurriculars from either side would not surprise me if an ejection is granted after this. Firm warning.
So McDowell, the head coach, also the third base coach, being replaced in both capacities.
So, Jack, sports, just such an interesting game. Was going to ask you, how does momentum figure out
of all this?
Yes. How does
I don't know which way it goes.
Does either side have any momentum?
No, both teams got to be up on the blood pressure right now. Arredondo's pitch, the same stride as he did the first two pitches, is fouled off. And by the way, this is Harris back at the plate.
We had two clean, scoreless innings, and in the last 2.5 innings, it has been nothing but offense.
A couple crooked numbers, not big ones, but twos. Swing and a miss. Harris goes down. And I tell you what, it got the crowd involved in this game, especially with Arredondo.
Oh, Arredondo's got a little bit of swagger to him right now. After that strikeout, he was pumped up.
Yep.
And the crowd has come to life after
both sides.
Yes.
Hopefully they keep it civil.
Some chants for the Spartans taking place.
They did. Gil Swalls did toss out a little sportsmanship on the PA. Fouled back. I'm really believing Jack McDowell has just not seen Arredondo pitch, because it was totally fine last year, and I'm sure it was totally fine before he came to Tampa. I would bet it's been broached before. Now, I'll tell you what, that one wasn't quite as deliberate as the first couple, but it is a little hop. And he might have been saying, hey, he took his foot off the rubber. It's not just a hop with the right foot. It's both feet off the ground. It's kind of sliding forward.
It's one fluid motion. Certainly is legal.
I've seen pitchers with a more deliberate stop in their delivery. There was before the hop, a little more deliberate leg kick.
And you'll notice occasionally Arredondo will quick pitch it.
Yes.
He'll get into his set.
But there he kind of paused mid-stride and then hopped.
And if you're Rula, I just need to stay alert, because Arredondo, a lot of moving pieces. Ahead in the count, 1-2.
Nope. Well, he did the hop, swing and a miss.
Wow. Did he have him fooled there?
I tell you what, you want to look at a pitcher who throws a little delay. Look at Clayton Kershaw, who's been pitching for a few years. He's got that little delay. He doesn't have a hop, but he stops mid-stride.
Ladies and gentlemen, I kid you not. Jones was already swinging the bat before it left Arredondo's hand.
I think so.
By the time it hit Rulai's glove, much too late. Arredondo 2 outs, both via the strikeout.
Dudney at the plate now. Arredondo ahead. I tell you, if he can be this efficient, he may go the 5.
He could. And it ultimately will come down to what Joe Ursa wants to do. But we saw a handful of relievers in last night's game.
Yeah.
We saw Passarella. We saw
Colton Widows.
Yes. We saw Angel.
Swing and a miss.
So if Arredondo can go the distance, would assume he would be unavailable tomorrow, but you need this win. This is the game you're playing right now. Cannot think about tomorrow when you have tonight in front of you.
Right. One, 2. Inside, Arredondo striding toward the dugout. Comes back. That was inside, though.
Excellent pitch, though. Good eye from Dudney, but if you want to miss, you want to miss there because he just missed the black.
2-2. Hit out into right center and easy catch. Boy, did they have him played correctly as Cadenas was so far shaded from center into right center that he didn't move. Well, the inning's over. Whew. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 5, and it's 5-4 Tampa over Queens University.
Get the best seats. Enjoy pre-game hospitality. Create memorable moments that will last a lifetime. Catch championship action in VIP style with the NCAA experience, powered by Prime Sport. Be a VIP. Visit ncaa.com/VIP today.
Get excited about it, everybody on your
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
On our way to the 6th inning, and I like to say it was an uneventful bottom of the 5th because it was 3 up, 3 down. But we had a little, after the first 2 pitches of the inning, with Jacinto Arredondo coming in relief, it just had a quirky delivery that Queens University head coach Jack McDowell, the third base coach as well, did not like. He's got a little hop, a little stutter, basically, and he went off on the first pitch, and he went ballistic on the second pitch. The benches didn't clear. I think coaches from both sides came out, and there was a little pushing and shoving. Joe Urso and McDowell were toe-to-toe for a while. McDowell had to be pushed away by coaches. I don't know if coaches for which team, but he was pushed away, and then eventually ejected.
Crazy bottom of the 5th inning. As for the Spartans, though, a sharp Jacinto Arredondo in his 2020 season opener campaign hit
Navarrete.
Up the middle. This is going to be a tough
beat it
play,
out. He's going to do, Mikey Navarrete. His second hit, he doubled his first time up, drove in a run, and now on with a nice hit right up the box.
Jacobson looks to be okay. You mentioned the hot shot liner right back off him. Hit him in the midsection. He'll shake it off, but not before Mikey Navarrete reaches first. And Flint working on a 1-for-2 day. He doubled in the third, came around to score.
Bunt gets down, not going to stay. No.
Close
foul ball. A little too much oomph on it.
He was on track to hit the base, and then late drifted to the right. Not a bad bunt attempt.
No. Christian Flint, shortstop, cannon of an arm. As Tampa looking to play a little small ball, move the runner into scoring position, especially with this being your number 9 hitter. Got some pretty dependable guys coming up. Inside it hit him. Now does the umpire... Yeah, okay. For a second I thought the umpire was going to say he didn't make an attempt to get out of the way.
Right. He pulled the bat back. I don't think he made an attempt to get out of the way. Not that you necessarily have to. You are allowed to stand your ground. And give Flint credit. He gets on, and for Jacobson, that's a huge loss there because you do not want to lose the 9 hitter with the top of the lineup. Cadenas, he's been effective today. 2 for 3 with a sack. An RBI and a run scored on the afternoon, now evening.
Between Navarrete, Flint, and Cadenas, 3 doubles with that crew. Runners at first and second. He shows bunt. As again, with no outs, Joe Urso would prefer to get people on second and third.
I like the move. 2 runners. Could get him in the scoring position with 1 out. Earhart and Durr.
Cadenas did it earlier in the game. Moved a runner from second to third, popped it up out of play.
What Cadenas wants to do is to get that bunt down to Melton at third because he's playing back on the
make him come
dirt.
Get it.
Yeah, get the wheel playing effect.
Especially with shortstop so far away, if you get it down the third baseline, there's no one covering third.
Right, and Sexton is playing so far in at first, he's charging either way. So Pickard, who's playing straight up at second, would have to charge and cover first.
Yep. All right, he's going to be swinging now because that's a dead ball on the bunt, and he'll have 2 strikes.
Choke up here, or to make contact.
There's only one first baseman I know of who would charge from first base, cross basically the plane of the plate, and go to the third base side and make the throw. Anthony Rizzo for the Cubs has done that numerous times. Matter of fact, he's usually like 20 feet away. Tell you, talk about not having any fear when the bunt is laid down. He is so sure they're going to put a bunt down, and they get it on the third base side, and he still goes over and makes the play. 1-2 pitch. He's still showing bunt, and he's out. I don't know if they wanted... obviously, that was the sign, and he's sure enough in Cadenas and getting the bunt down that he gave it to him with 2 strikes, but it didn't work. Drew Earhart to the plate now with 1 out. More than likely, Earhart swinging away.
For a long time, we saw no action in the Royal bullpen. Now, this will be the 100th pitch for Jacobson coming forward to Durr. So, the outing may be coming to an end for Jacobson in the near future.
And the pitch. Earhart does not show bunt, but doesn't take.
44.
Slow curve, catches the inside corner, 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second for Tampa. Flint at first, Navarrete at second. Jacobson in the stretch. Fires. Earhart checks his swing. It's outside. 2 balls, 1 strike now.
It's Zach Kelly getting loose, the freshman from Southport for Queens.
99, not 29.
And the pitch. Tapped foul.
Drew Earhart, probably the toughest out in this Tampa lineup. He has the experience. What does Jacobson have in store?
2-2 on the way. Nice pitch, and Earhart knew it. Throws him. He's had that curve going on occasion this game, and when it's on, it is really on. 2 down now.
Now batting the left fielder, Nick Durr.
So now Nick Durr time.
You know, Jack, the best pitchers to do it are those guys that they'll throw 100-plus pitches and they won't lose their stuff.
Yeah.
They'll keep it as effective as it was the first pitch. And Jacobson had a little bit of touch on that curve.
Nick Durr at the plate, fastball low. Earlier in the game, Jacobson's curve was high, coming in over the helmet and wasn't getting inside enough. But these last few batters, excellent command. Durr, due. Ball low again.
Nick Durr, the type of player, if he gets a hold of one, this could be an 8-4 game just like that. Mention the pop that he possesses in his bat.
Long look, Jacobson ready. Durr laces it down the line. It's going to go foul. That was deep. Another 10 feet fair. It would have gone over the yellow line. But it's just a long strike, 2-1.
Durr had 8 home runs last year, 9 doubles, 3 triples, and he was a little early on that swing. Otherwise, he might be rounding the bases.
Jacobson, glance back, fires. Durr looks at a curve that stays high. 3-1. Do they load him up for McDonald?
Durr looking for his pitch here.
The 3-1. He gets the walk this time. Bases are loaded for Luke McDonald.
And this is not an easy decision for the Queens Royals, primarily because the individual who makes these decisions is no longer around. Jack McDonald usually pulls the string.
Yep.
So out of Knight, Daspin, and Cockrell, one of them will have to eventually decide when Jacobson's...
No trip to the mound. They're just leaving him out there.
Jacobson's start will continue. This will be his 110th pitch. However, Zach Kelly is done warming up. Believe that he is ready when need be.
McDonald sees one a little bit high. Tampa added 2 in the 5th to take a 5-4 lead. Bases loaded now, 2 outs, looking to add to it. The pitch. Foul ball.
Even though the Royals are losing, give a lot of credit to Tanner Jacobson in his first collegiate start, the freshman, going up against the reigning national champions, and he has his team in this ball game late. But that could change just like that if McDonald is able to make good wood. 1-1.
And the pitch. Half swing by McDonald. 1 ball. 2 strikes now.
For all intents and purposes, this most likely the last out for Jacobson, trying to get through 6.
So 1-2 has a little room to work. Throws a ground ball. They go for the force, threw it away. 2 runs are going to score, and the runners will move to second and third. And they're sending a runner home. Here's the play at the plate, scoring as they lost contact with the runner who had gone to third. Didn't realize he was just waiting there, and Nick Durr scoring all the way from first.
I mean, that's all Joe Urso right there, because nobody, not the Queens Royals and the majority of us here at the park, no way do you send Durr from first. You know why, though? Maybe you're sleeping for a split second.
They did.
That's what Urso thought.
He noticed when they made the play at second that they didn't get, that they just kind of assumed the play was over. It was still a live ball. Now a trip to the mound. They're going to leave him in. Tampa now leads 8-4.
Wow. That throw from Melton, trying to get it to Pickard, that was a 3-run throw right there, because they get out of that inning with a goose egg if that's an out. Instead, all 3 runners score, and McDonald standing at second for John Pitchman.
Pitchman up. So that'll be an error on the throw by Melton, leading for 3 runs to score.
All 3 runs unearned with the crucial error. Gives Arredondo breathing room when he comes back onto the mound.
Yep. Pitchman with a couple walks and flew out. Scored on one of the walks. Ground ball up the middle. That's going to bring another run in. Luke McDonald stands up and scores, and it's a 9-4 game on John Pitchman's base hit. And that will be it for Jacobson.
John Pitchman flew out to center in the second inning, but back-to-back walks and then an RBI single. Productive day for the Spartan first baseman. This call to the bullpen presented by Team One Sports. We'll be back right after this.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself. The rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
All right, a pitching change. Who do we have coming in here? Is it?
I believe it's Zach Kelly, the freshman from Southport, who's warming up. Now ready to relieve Tanner Jacobson. It will be John Pitchman at first. Rulai, who had a big 2-run single in his last at-bat in the 5th inning.
Good sportsmanship there, sir. You're setting a really good example for our kids. What do you say? He told me to kiss his ass. That was real nice of you.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
All right, pitching change done. A few of the fans getting a little upset with each other on both sides here. Being told to calm down on both sides.
Competitiveness at its finest.
Kelly on the mound. Rulai at the plate. He had a big hit his last time up, but goes down looking here. Tampa does add 4 in the 6th and takes a 9-4 lead heading into the bottom of the 6th. 9-4, Tampa leads right here on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II. where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
My path to a college degree would have been completely different had I not run Division II cross country for the University of Mount Olive. Having an athletic and academic scholarship was key for my success. Our coaches were really helpful with balancing out my academics and athletics. I decided to attend graduate school because I wanted to become an athletic director. Receiving the postgraduate scholarship through the NCAA provided me with the flexibility to choose the school that I wanted. So now I know that I can accomplish any goal that I set for myself.
We move on to the bottom of the sixth inning. Fireworks all around this ballpark tonight. On the field, off the field, near the field. Jack Ike, Connor Moore, 9-4, Tampa leads. To the plate will be Connor, Orta, Sexton.
Let's see what Arredondo can do. He had 14 pitches to get through his first inning relief from the bottom of the fifth and went 1-2-3, recorded the first 2 outs via the strikeout before he got Dudney to fly out to center.
And the first pitch down the middle. Well, this may give Joe Urso a little luxury getting later if the Spartans can maintain this lead, is he doesn't have to keep Arredondo in that long.
Right.
Get to the 7th, maybe the 8th, and then find someone else can hold on to a 5-run lead.
I think that's the message. Keep it simple. Tell Arredondo, hey, just go out there, throw strikes, keep your pitch count intact. Mm-hmm. Hopefully you keep your availability for tomorrow intact.
Now we've got another little discussion going on at home plate. And a few of the fans.
It's been a long day. Here's some of the fans they've been up since early in the morning.
And it's cold for Tampa. They may be just trying to flap their jaws to stay warm.
Yeah, I see a lot of blankets, sweaters out.
There's one tapped fair. Pitchman has to make the play and dives for the base and touches it with the ball in the glove.
Pitchman knows how to make everything look easy out there.
You think that looked easy?
It did until he had to dive. He made it look easy. I'm going to take it on the hop. Oh, wait a minute. I got a split second to get him out.
Yeah, I don't know if he realized his steps weren't going to get him there or what.
Well, maybe he thought Connor was dogging it down to first.
Yeah.
And he saw him busting it.
First base, it's not just a job, it's an adventure. It's an out. So we go to the next batter. Ground ball heading out to Flint. Nice hop for him. Nice toss across and 2 out, 2 down very quickly.
Just the start Arredondo was looking for. 5 pitches to get the first 2 outs.
The first baseman, Alex Sexton. You get lead.
Alex Sexton to the plate. Connor, I mentioned he's from Dunedin, only about 15 miles from here.
Having himself quite the day. Mentioned the double parade we've seen. He drove in 2 back in the 4th. That gave the Queens Royals the lead. You know, it's interesting, Jack. The score holds here. Queens would fall to 0-2, but they played 2 ranked teams this far, and they had leads in both. They were up 2-1 in the 9th
very
inning.
Competitive team.
They were in the driver's seat in yesterday's game against Georgia College, just could not close it out, and they've competed with the Spartans thus far, giving them everything they can handle.
Ground ball. Navarrete eats him up. Throw. Doesn't get him. Speedy down the line, though. That would have been a tough one. You know, with that speed Sexton showed there, even if Navarrete fields that cleanly,
right,
it would have been very close. I think it'll probably go down as an error.
Should go down as an error.
Yeah, because he would have certainly had a shot at getting him.
Right.
They do call it an error.
Just another prime example why you always hustle down the line. Never know if the fielder's going to field it cleanly.
Yep. Pickard near the bottom of the order, the 8th hitter. That always bothered me when I watch Major League players hit a ball that maybe an easy hopper to second and they just trot. And And I'm like, the chances of you, if you hustle to first, the chances of you getting there because of a miscue are much better than the chances of you pulling a muscle because you work too hard.
Especially at the professional level. I'm not
the money you're paid?
I'm not going to throw any names out on the air, but there's so many guys. My God, you're getting $15 million. At least that you do.
Hustle.
Maybe
every play.
Jog, not walk.
Yeah.
Are you asking for that much?
You already asked for a lot. You got it. Now show us that you appreciate it. Nice pitch for the strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Pickard. On the day, he has struck out twice. Outside, 2-2.
You got to check, Jack. They got 10 strikeouts over there. Maybe we need more case signs over there. I'm not.
I bet you they've got 27 of them.
Okay, I believe it. Don't want to lose him here.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw down to second. He's going to be in.
What do you think about that decision? Running down by 5. Interesting.
I don't think it hurts, I guess. Don't know if he went on his own or not.
Might have, yeah.
But he was so fast getting to first. He's not slow.
Yep. Just an instance, if you were to get thrown out there, it's a long walk to the dugout.
True.
Final out. But
Arredondo, pretty quick delivery and pitch speed.
What that steal does, though, Pickard gets a hit, could drive home Sexton. Whoa, weak swing.
Won't happen. That one was inside and high, and all Pickard could do is turn on it and goes down swinging for the 3rd time today. So they do get a hit and a runner to second, but that's as far as he goes. We've played 6 full, and it's 9-4. Tampa leading Queens University.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
It's good for your cholesterol, so I tell my wife.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Into the 7th inning. Kelly on the mound. Starting his first full inning. That one's hit deep. And drifting over and making the catch is Connor in center field.
Check. How good has Jacinto Arredondo looked in the 2 innings that he's been out there? 3 strikeouts, and he only got 1 that last inning, but that cut that was on display, my goodness, it was a 3-2 pitch to Pickard, and it was such a weak swing. It was pretty much Pickard committed to swinging before it came through, and it was eye level, up by his shoulders. Whew. Arredondo looks like he's in mid-season form.
Mikey Navarrete to the plate, a double. A base hit, scored twice, has an RBI. Went hitless yesterday. Popped it up. I don't think it's playable.
Running out of real estate. As we look ahead to tomorrow, first game at 11 a.m., it will be between the Queens Royals and the Mount Olive Trojans, and then the primetime game, 3 p.m., it will be between the 15th-ranked Georgia College Bobcats and your number 1 Tampa Spartans.
I would think Queens College or Queens University and Mount Olive are not that far from each other.
Yes.
They're both North Carolina schools. I mean, that state is long. It's wide. It's not deep. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off. I know Queens University is in Charlotte, the Queen City. Mount Olive is in Mount Olive, but I don't quite know where that is. I know where Mount Pilot is. Andy Griffith. 2-2 again. Ground ball. Nice snag by Kelly on the mound, and he tosses over to his first baseman, Sexton, for the out.
So maybe a little bit further away than we thought. 3.5 hours.
Oh, okay, so it is a big difference.
Across the entire state widthwise of North Carolina.
Oh, yes.
They're pretty much on the same exact plane in terms of...
Same latitude?
Yeah. And you got to go pretty far west if you want to go to Queens from Mount Olive.
Okay. So you're going away from the water.
Right.
Must be near... it's in the corner there. Ground ball, one hop. And, wow, very close at first. But they get Flint to end the inning. Had to wait on that one. Nothing across for the Spartans as we head to the bottom of the 7th. 9-4, Tampa on top of Queens University.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
We back. First pitch, bottom of the 7th, Arredondo to Melton. Ball 1. Here's the second pitch. Ground ball foul.
Anyways, enjoy the game. We'll make sure that everything's taken care of.
0-2 on Melton. Arredondo now with 27 pitches, and he has done the job settling down the storm for Tampa. No action in either bullpen. Expecting Kelly and Arredondo to continue.
Here's the pitch. Fouled off. We mentioned that the Tampa women's basketball team stays unblemished in SSC play. The men's team lost at Rollins 87-74. Both teams are home Wednesday for games. I guess the good thing for both is the men are hoping to climb up the standings. The women are hoping to stay atop the standings. A lot of home games coming up down the stretch.
Yes, we have 7 games left, 5 of which
home.
will be at the Bob Martinez Athletic Center.
Swing and a miss. It's a drop third strike. Rulai to Pitchman for the out at first.
I mean, some of the swings that Arredondo manufactures is just dazzling. I mean, it's amazing to think that some of these hitters are swinging at the pitches that are so far out of the strike zone. But then again, if I was in the batter's box, I'd probably do the same thing. He's that hard to hit.
I just close my eyes and swing.
Right.
Ford at the plate, the leadoff hitter in the lineup, second batter here in the 7th.
Arredondo is one of those top-notch relievers we probably will see at the next level sooner rather than later.
We'll get a shot. Ground ball up the middle, gets just past the outstretched Christian Flint at shortstop, base hit.
2 singles, 2 strikeouts for Dominic Ford on the evening. Brings up Harris. Yes. Drake Harris, Jr. from Wake Forest, South Carolina upstate transfer.
Predominantly, I'd say 80% of the players from North Carolina. As I mentioned earlier, this is only the second year of varsity competition for Queen's University. They were a club sport when Jack McDowell was hired, a club sport that first year, and then the last 2, this being the second, has been a varsity. Harris waits, first to throw.
See Orvis Torrealba and Kevin Pimentel in attendance, 2 of the Spartan stars from last year's championship run.
Both had nice pro starts last summer.
With the Colorado Rockies.
Fly ball, Durr waits, backs up, makes the catch, and I know when we were doing the game yesterday, that's the kind of fly ball Nick Durr wanted on the very first ball ever hit at him in a game.
That's for sure.
That lazy fly that you just camp under and wait. Though, unfortunately, the first ball he ever saw hit at him in competition was a liner right at him where you have to make a move one way or the other, and if you guess wrong, kind of like being a soccer goalie on a penalty kick, you must make a move.
You have to.
Yeah.
Cannot stand there.
And your depth perception, because it's coming straight at you on a line drive, is limited. Like I said yesterday, it's 2D more than 3D. Noah Jones at the plate now. This kid hit .465 last year.
Wow. 465 for most is a terrific on-base percentage, let alone batting average.
Yeah.
Arredondo rarely tonight is working from behind. Done a good job throwing first pitch strikes.
Runner goes. Ball low. Throw. Safely in.
Getting back to Pimentel and Torrealba, both currently in the minors for the Colorado Rockies.
Are they with the same team?
Yes, the 2 other, I believe the Boise Rockies, AA, but the 2 other Spartans from last year's team, Tyler Beck, drafted by the Twins, and Sammy Peralta by the White Sox. So it's amazing looking at that talent the Spartans lost and how they're able to rebuild so quickly.
Yeah. Those 2 probably enjoying their last few weeks of freedom before spring training starts.
Thanks, Swedish fish.
There's a strike. Tell you what, the spring training facilities down here, I don't know if you've been to see some games or even just go to a practice.
Off the chart.
We're very close to Clearwater, where the Clearwater Freshers play, the single A team, but the Phillies play. They've got the main stadium that holds about 8,000, but then they've got 3 or 4 different practice fields. 2-1 pitch coming. Fouled off. And then they've got a couple, just infields. Once it gets beyond the dirt, it's done. So they can just send some players over to work on the infielding.
It's cheap, but it's falls apart. I've got to build everything.
Dunedin Blue Jays, or the Toronto Blue Jays, train in Dunedin. That's a little unique situation there. They have the ballpark in downtown Dunedin, but all their practice fields are about 3 or 4 miles away.
Interesting. 2 out. Ford's at second. Arredondo in the stretch.
in the dirt. Runner's going to head to third. They concede it and let him have it. Bounce too far away.
And that's a heads-up play by Rulai because he had no chance of getting forward. The only thing that could happen is you throw it into left field.
Bad.
Right, and the run scores.
Yep.
So eating that ball, that's all you got to do.
Getting back to that ballpark in Dunedin, they did not use it last year, totally renovating it, and it's to be ready to start spring training. As soon as spring training was over last year, they gutted the place.
Wow.
And it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. They put in millions of dollars into improvements. My daughter and I went to a game there 2 seasons ago, the minor league team. And I mean, I said this thing needs to be fixed. It needs to be upgraded. Every seat we sat in was cracked. Pinched one of them pinched my daughter when she sat, and we're like, they need to do something. And lo and behold, fouled off. Lo and behold, it was already in the works. So I believe the structure stayed, the cement and the beams and all that, but they took out all the seats, adding a few things, upgrading some things. Should be a really nice-looking ballpark.
Absolutely, and the Blue Jays is a team that has a lot of young talent, a team that should be very good in years to come.
One thing I miss, though, is Tampa playing the Philadelphia Phillies, which went on for about 4 seasons.
Spartans beat the Phillies, if I remember
first
correctly.
year.
Yes.
That pitch is getting everybody on Queen's University all day. High inside pitch that they're not going to catch up to, and all they can do is go down swinging. That'll end it for the 7th. 9-4. Tampa still on top on the Sunshine State Digital Network.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
That wouldn't bother me either way.
Yeah, it's a good game out there. Like the first time,
I just kind of like Kansas City.
These are your teams, your players, your community of fans. This is where they play, where they practice, where you cheer. At every meet, every event, every game. Your community is passionate, dedicated, supportive. You know the tension of a close game and the thrill of the win. So while you're cheering, keep an eye out for anything out of the ordinary. If you see something suspicious, say something to local authorities.
Maneuver around.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top of the order for the Spartans here in the top of the 8th. Jose Cadenas to the plate. It'll be 1-2-3 for Tampa. Cadenas with a couple hits, a base hit in the first, and a double in the 5th. And he scored. And a sack.
Watch out.
Did he get hit? Yeah, he's shaking his right wrist.
That one hurt.
That's not good.
Not what the Spartans were hoping for. Hopefully Cadenas is all right. Nothing more than just a...
Who did that happen to last year?
Oh, right.
Well, it wasn't Torrealba, was it?
It wasn't Torrealba. It was...
I mean, like the first game of the year, got hit and had to miss a few weeks. It was a person at the top of the order. He's not happy.
The entire crowd silent here, knowing how important Cadenas is to this ball club.
It might have been 2 years ago, before the season before Torrealba came in. And like the star leadoff hitter got hit in the hand and was pretty much done.
Is he X-rated?
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Right.
Before the house, before the office, the late nights and new bosses. Before the last hugs, the wins and the losses. Before building the team, before building yourself, the rise and grinds, all day, every days. Before the letter, before the dream, there was a kid who loved to play. If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
All right, it will bring... Cadena's still in, correct?
Correct.
Okay, good. That's a good sign.
Yes.
Brought a flashback back to me from 2 seasons ago. Richie Rivera was the leadoff hitter and a star player. And on a play at first, running to first, not trying to get back to first, slid to try to beat the tag or the throw, and jammed his hand into the bag and broke his thumb. Was out about 4 or 5 weeks. That was the first game of the year. Cadenas goes down swinging. And we hope no problem there after getting hit in the hand on a pitch.
Yeah, we'll monitor him in the bottom of the inning, see if he comes out defensively. Now, Jack, if you were Joe Urso, do you leave Arredondo out there? Nobody is warming up for the game. He has thrown 40 pitches across 3 innings.
And he's got 2 to go.
They loved it.
I don't know. I might give somebody a shot in the 9th. Obviously, he's made the decision he doesn't want him will not have him for tomorrow.
Right.
So he's got until next weekend. Earhart with the 2-1 count. Fouls it off. The pitch, Earhart slaps it up the middle. It's going to get through. No, he knocked down, but not able to keep it in the mitt. And so Earhart will get on. That should be a base hit. There's no way they were going to get a throw to get Earhart anyway.
Cool's my best.
Ground ball by Durr. Might get 2. There's 1. The relay. Got him. Inning over. Durr into the old 4-6-3 double play. That was the 6-4-3. Take that back. And the inning is over quickly. We go to the bottom of the 8th. It is still 9-4 Tampa, leading Queens University.
NCAA Teamworks is how the NCAA, member schools, student athletes, and corporate champions and partners actively engage in outreach efforts where national championships are played. Through initiatives such as NCAA Community 101 service learning projects, disaster relief efforts, youth clinics, backpack and school supply donations, and support of the Special Olympics and the Make-A-Wish Foundation, the NCAA and its partners work together to leave a lasting legacy in the community. For more information on NCAA Teamworks, go to ncaa.com/.
Bottom of the 8th, 9-4 Tampa on top. Jack Ike, Connor Moore. A game that has had some fireworks on and off the field.
Those middle innings, Jack. Wow.
It's kind of quieted down, been a lot more, I wouldn't say somber, but under control.
Jacinto Arredondo on the mound for his 4th inning in relief.
Nobody in the Spartan bullpen. We were speculating if he'll just ground ball heading out to Navarrete. Takes a nice hop. Good throw. Pitchman can't make it. Had to scoop it out of the dirt. Couldn't quite do it. Close play. See what they call it.
And to go off that, Jack, with how Arredondo has been dealing and how sharp he's been working in and out of the strike zone, this very well may just be his 6 outs to get. Joe ordered somebody to say, hey, you're the defending MVP of the championship series. Take us home.
Unless there's some sort of predicament. Dudney to the plate. Take that back. Connor to the plate. Dudney on first. I think we have a pinch hitter, actually. They said number 9.
Grayson Haller, southpaw, sophomore from Monroe.
Monroe, North Carolina. Stands very erect at the plate. Arredondo's pitch outside.
I believe Wes Bowling is warming up for the Royals. Zach Kelly may be done for the night.
That one is hit out into center field, giving Chase Cadenas. He finds it and brings it home. I tell you, when he hit that, I thought, boy, that's a long run. Yeah. Cadenas tracked that down quickly.
Got on his horse, covered the ground relatively easily. What every good center fielder does. 4, 5, 6 for the Spartans in the 9th. It will be McDonald, Pitchman, and Rulai.
This is Orta.
It's technically Leisures on a pitch.
In the dirt, knocked down by Rulai. Runner stays. Orta today with a double. Base hit and scored and grounded out to short.
No, he was technically still.
1-0 pitch. Foul back, 1-1.
He was lifted in the bottom of the 5th. Oh, no. We're the I'm out with that.
1-1 on the way. Fly ball. Cadenas this time comes in and makes the catch in straightaway center. 2 down. And that will bring Sexton to the plate.
Now batting the first baseman, Alan Sexton.
His double brought in a couple runs back in the 4th inning, which put Queens University on top of the game, 4-3. Last runs they've scored. Tampa now leads 9-4. Sexton from Dunedin, Florida, where we were just talking about the Toronto Blue Jays spring training home. He's probably been there a few times.
You don't have to go back. You don't have to. You can have the coach and override it.
A little low, 1-1. Spartans are back in action Friday, Saturday, Sunday next week. Post University from Waterbury, Connecticut coming to town. Ball a little bit high. It's always interesting when teams come down from the north, and my first question usually to the coach is this the first time you've been outside this year? And they usually say yes.
It's a good question.
We're glad to not be in the gym. 2-1. Lashed into left field. Nick Durr makes the stop, throws it in. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. A couple base hits in the inning. Spartans are 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors. Queens 4-6-3. Spartans still need to clean up the errors. 5 yesterday, 3 today.
That's something they'll definitely hope to correct as they move along in the season.
You know, they're going to warm up just like the weather, though.
Oh, yeah.
No doubt.
And we talked about it yesterday as that one is fouled off by Pickard. This is a team that started last year 0-2.
Yeah.
And they went on to win the ring. So a team that's dealt with some adversity, and it's nothing new for the Spartan team. Joe Urso does such a fabulous job year in, year out. 51st pitch from Arredondo to Pickard on its way.
Swing and a miss. Boy, hard for them to lay off that pitch time and time again.
That high cheddar, man. I mean, my goodness. It's like Arredondo, it seems like he gets a little extra on that ball. Not easy to time up.
0-2. Fouled back.
Should be
no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 8th. Pickard at the plate. And the pitch. Ball low, Pickard hoping not to strike out for the 4th time in this game. Next broadcast we will have will be Wednesday, men's basketball, as St. Leo comes to town.
That should be a great game, both men and women.
Women was it overtime up there the first time for the women? Yeah,
there.
And then the men fought valiantly, but succumbed about a month ago. I think it was during Christmas break because my daughter and I went up there.
Certainly one of the toughest tests the women's team has had in the SSC thus far. And
It sounded like you guys had a great run, trailing at the end of the first quarter. Then I read 15-0 run at one point.
Yeah, first quarters have been a little bit difficult. Defensively, at times, the team has gotten off to a lackadaisical start. But, whew, boy, I mean, they've turned it on in the second, third, and then the fourth quarter has been the best ball they've played out of the 40 minutes. So a team that's still finding who they are, but a team that's turning on the clock. Oh, and Arredondo gets Pickard down looking for his 6th strikeout. Jacinto Arredondo is grooving. We'll be back right after this. 9-4 Spartans.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Top of the 9th, 9-4 Tampa leading Queens. Queens University of Charlotte, North Carolina. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, this Queens team will take on Mount Olive. As 4 teams playing round-robin baseball this weekend. Tampa at 3 o'clock will take on Georgia College. That should be a good matchup as both teams are ranked in the top 20. And Georgia College has won both its games with double-digit wins in both, I believe, wasn't it? 11-6.
Yeah, Georgia College, they put a 5 spot in the 9th inning yesterday. They were trailing 2-1, ended up winning 6-2.
Okay, oh yeah, it wasn't a double-digit yesterday.
Right. But hey, 5 runs in the 9th, that's...
Well, they reversed it today and went 5 runs in the first.
There you go. Leaving just where they left off.
And nonetheless, they show they're a potent team. It'll be a challenge for the Spartans. Leading off for Tampa, Luke McDonald. First pitch is a strike. Top of the 9th. Yes, top of the 9th, even though we're in Tampa. Tampa is the visiting team for this round-robin game. Strike call.
McDonald hitless, although he did score his last 2 at-bats. Walked in the 5th, then reached on a fielder's choice in the 6th.
Slaps it foul. They said it was fair.
He fielded it in
Sexton
foul territory.
His feet were in foul territory, but his ball, the ball and the glove were over the line. He had to reach back, and the umpire was straddling the line.
Johnny on the spot.
Made the good call.
How about John Pitchman? He's only 1 for 2 on the day, but he's got a run batted in, a run scored,
a couple walks
twice, yes. And he's played a good first base defensively.
He was the DH yesterday. Has played first last year, pitched last year. The 55-foot pitch.
You know, it's interesting because I figure we'll see the DH.
I'll let you continue that thought when you're ready.
There we go.
It must be a big point because you choked up.
Oh yeah. This is the most important thing I have to say all day now. I was going to say though, expecting to see the DH this year fluctuate game in, game out. We've seen that too. Last year was Nick Durr primarily as the DH, but Joe Urso has said that he wants to get him in the field, and he's looked good in left field, getting his feet under him.
Yep. And Pitchman goes down swinging, 2 outs now. And Rulai to the plate.
Josh Rulai.
As we look ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning, 9-1-2 due up for the Royals. It's Melton, Ford, and Harris. And they'll be facing Arredondo as nobody is throwing yet for Tampa.
A little bit inside, 1-1.
He's texting his girlfriend. American one or Spanish one?
Who, me?
Yeah.
There's a call, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 9th.
No, that says 9-4, but for quick.
Hops in front.
He looks for me. Do it again.
Just missing outside. We'll go full, 3-2. Did you do all your shopping for Super Bowl Sunday? Got all your presents?
I don't know if I did quite enough. I might have to do some last-second shopping. A sky-high pop-up.
That's a major league pop-up.
Who wants it? It looks like the shortstop, Harris, takes charge. We've played 8.5 here at the University of Tampa. Last licks for the Queens Royals. You're listening live on TampaSpartans.tv.
There are over 480,000 college athletes. Only 2% would go pro. That means over 470,000 will not get a shoe contract. No autographs. No private jets. No fan clubs. No Hall of Fame inductions. Instead, they will walk away with something much more valuable.
It's not Pitchman at first anymore. It's 26.
If I lose, I'll respond with respect.
If I win, I'll back it up with humility.
If I fail, I'll rise up with honor.
It's tough for us to put it all on the line.
Don't undo my hard work with poor sportsmanship.
Respect. It's the name of the game.
There we go. Owens.
If you have the talent and dedication to succeed in school and in sports, we'll provide the opportunity.
Last chance for the Queens Royals. Bottom of the ninth, they trail 9-4 to the Tampa Spartans.
Let's recap how we got here. The Spartans 9 for 35 at 257. They walked 5 times, 4 extra base hits. As for the Royals, 7 for 33 thus far, hitting a 212, 3 extra base hits, and 1 walk.
Scoring all got bunched up in the middle of this game. Melton hits one down the line. That's going to be a fair ball. One hops into the corner. Picked up by Durr. Melton scampers into second. Stand-up double. And we're off and running here in the ninth.
Quality hitting by Melton. Let's catch you up to speed, ladies and gentlemen. Over at third base for the Spartans. Still have Mikey Navarrete, I believe. Okay.
Is it? I thought I saw 27.
So it is Mikey Navarrete. So the one change that was in effect is Dan Sullivan for John Pitchman over at first. You're right, though, Jack. I did see a different third baseman.
I swear I saw 17 at one point. Could be operator error.
Gets back out there. Some signs of life, though, maybe, for the Royals here after that first.
Ford at the plate, fouls it off.
Sullivan gives it a look, runs out of real estate.
Sullivan played first yesterday, so Joe's just giving everybody a little shot here. And Arredondo fires. Nice pitch. Took a little bit off that. Kept it high, and they just can't seem to get around on it. And the 0-2 pitch. Popped up, out of play.
Working on a 2-for-4 day, 2 singles, 2 strikeouts for Ford. Queens 2 for 10 with runners in scoring position.
And the 0-2 again. 1-2. Bended, started outside and didn't quite catch the corner.
And now some action in the Spartan bullpen in case Arredondo gets into trouble. Jacinto throws strikes here.
Let your fielders take over. There's a nice pitch. Called him out. So he struck out, singled, struck out, singled, and struck out. One down here in the bottom of the ninth. Runner still at second.
15 strikeouts for the Tampa Spartan pitching staff. 15 of the 25 outs.
You know, you might have been right on that. They stopped at 11 Ks, didn't they? They post up a K sign near the dugout, one of the fans does, and they were at 11 when you asked how many they might have, and I said they got to have 27 of them just in case. They have not done anything since then. Or maybe the fan left.
Took home the K-signs with him.
Yeah. Harris is at the plate, shortstop. Fouled off.
Great crowd on deck, the majority of whom have stayed with us here. We thank you for staying with us on TampaSpartans.tv. Connor Moore, Jack Ike.
It did get chilly. With you. It was 61 to start the game.
Yeah, dipping into the 50s tonight.
Probably in the 50s. 34
you got me in Madison.
34
Jack.
in Wisconsin.
Come on, you're scaring me over here. I'm not going to go outside if it's 34.
58.
Okay. I was about to say, I'm staying here tonight if it's 34.
I always do that to make me feel better, see about my old hometown. I feel better to know I'm, even on a cold day, I'm 24 degrees warmer. They're forecasting, well, that's Phoenix, that's my father-in-law. 62 tomorrow, so about the same kind of day, but it's supposed to be picture blue sky.
Nice. Beautiful day for baseball.
80 by Wednesday and Thursday, then back in the 60s. Fouled off. My sister up in northern Wisconsin said, we don't know where to put all the snow. Said it's great for business, though. Snowmobilers love it up there.
I believe it.
Unfortunately, the bars also love it on the snowmobile trails.
Right. 1-2, Jacinto Arredondo maybe looking for his 8th strikeout. Let's see.
Winds and fires. Outside, 2-2. Melton's camped on second with a leadoff double.
Big guy. Big bull guy. Like tall? That's tall ball. I think by big you mean like round. Yeah, that's
Melton dancing off second, the pitch. Foul back.
Quality at bat.
Hanging in there, yeah.
Drake Harris, USC upstate transfer, staying alive. Worth mentioning, Andrew Mills over in left field took over for Nick Durr.
Okay.
Defensive purposes.
Didn't quite make the connection because they're both lefties, I believe.
We saw Mills, he started yesterday's game.
In right field.
In place of Owens. And this Tampa team has tremendous balance. A lot of lineups expecting to see this year. Ring them up.
Check swing. They appeal it.
Ooh, he just held up.
Yep.
Says Hank Hemmerin.
And it'll go to a full count.
You guys drink that tea like all day long. Is it green tea?
Do not want to lose Harris here. Arredondo has had the command thus far. Sets, fires, on its way.
The pitch. Ground ball off the mitt of Arredondo into center field. Runner's going to score, and they hold Harris at first, but Melton scores from second. It's 9-5.
First run for Queens in quite some time. They last struck in the 4th inning, so even if they do not come back to win this game, looking ahead to their 11 a.m. first pitch game against Mount Olive tomorrow, something to carry with them.
No, they played well, and Jack McDowell is building this program. It's their second varsity year. And that just means getting the word out that you're recruiting, looking for players. You want players who want to win.
And you're located in North Carolina, a very fine...
Charlotte's a great city.
Oh, yeah.
Check swing. Noah Jones.
Spartans have kept him in check aside from the 3rd inning. Struck out in the 5th and the 7th, but that 3-run triple got the scoring going for the Royals way back in the 3rd.
And the pitch. A little bit high. That's the one they all were biting on earlier in this game. That time he held it back.
Arredondo up to 70 pitches. This next pitch will tie Leisure, so he's had the same workload as the Spartan starter. But that has not slowed him down whatsoever.
Leisure pitched well for 3+, and that one blasted out into right field. That's going to fall for a hit near the corner. Runners are going to go. Jones slides into second with a double. Harris all the way to third. So now we've got a little predicament.
We got ourselves
a noise.
A ball game.
Yeah.
Royals not going down quietly as the tying run is now on deck. And that will be Grayson Haller, who is hitting off the bench. He pinch hit earlier today for Queens.
Here comes Sam Militello. Dudney is waiting to bat. Sam's just going to make a quick stop. Spartans do have a pitcher warming up, but he doesn't look ready. He's doing a few strides.
You are? Yeah. Are you playing somewhere?
Sam Militello may be getting extra time.
He's stalling. We just saw that yesterday. He got about 5 extra pitches in. But I don't think the pitcher really was not warming up more than he was just loosening up. So I don't think he's ready to.
Meeting on the mound has concluded. Militello heads back to the dugout. Arredondo.
Umpires have that effect.
They do.
They come talk.
Enough is
says,
enough.
Move on.
So Arredondo will look to stay aggressive. Here's Dudney. He's been held in check 0 for 4 on the day. Jones is at second. Harris is at third. 9-5 Tampa ahead of Queens, bottom 9.
Arredondo fires. Off speed. Nice pitch. A swing and a miss. Jones got that hit down enough that he got to second, took him out of the double play possibility. Puts runners at second and third. Arredondo out of the windup, outside. Good stop by Rulai.
Really? Because all of the Norwegian national team cricket is all I love cricket is the second biggest sport. Yeah.
And the pitch. Fouled back. Ahead of the count, 1-2. Arredondo trying to put a bow on this one and get the win for the Spartans. But right now having a little trouble wrapping the present.
Yeah, he's amped up his velocity since Militello left. He's throwing the ball and then some. 1-2. Sets. And
wants to sign again.
Needs to regroup.
Now he's ready.
Time, yeah. What does he have?
Here's the 1-2. Bounces it in the dirt. Rulai acting as a hockey goalie there, knocked it down.
Fundamentally sound Rulai. That's how you teach it. Keep the chest protector in front of you.
Which keeps the ball in front of you. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. That's the one that they just cannot hold off on.
It's been all game long. I mean, 9 players have been victimized by Jacinto Arredondo with that pitch.
Even with Leisure, they just didn't like that high inside pitch. It was too enticing. 2 down now, down to their last out.
And when talking to Arredondo, he definitely has a cut on his fastball. He starts at middle, and then it just keeps coming closer and closer to you. The great Mariano Rivera did it best.
Haller at the plate now. Strike. Came in as a pinch hitter a couple innings ago and flew out.
I was going to say 9-6. Oh, were you?
The 0-1. Almost the same spot, a little low, 1-1.
Yeah, well, Tom, I do not drink to get high. He either drinks or gets high. Never at the same time.
Ground ball, slap foul, I think off the ankle first.
Royals
Those
down
don't
to their
feel good.
final strike.
What are they most
Beginning to set in for the Spartans.
It's so cold out right now. Florida cold, I call it, that the fans aren't even coming to their feet with the final strike. The old tradition that started at Wrigley Field.
It is legal? No, it's legal.
We need the W flag here.
I know.
Over here is legal, but it's legal.
Can we get you to sing the song, Jack?
No, you don't want that. You do not want that.
So the Spartans are that close to earning their first victory of the 2020 campaign.
And the pitch. Way outside. Runner's going to try to score. And he does. Slides in safely. That's Harris on a way wild pitch. I think Rulai's got to fix the shin guards there. He went sliding toward the backstop. Runner advancing. That's Jones advancing to third. So again, that situation still holds that the tying run is on deck.
Yeah, if you're the Queens Royals, just want to get that run up to bat and see where it goes from there.
It's a 2-2 pitch coming up to Haller. His job, get on base. Outside, ball 3, full count.
Sound like a broken record, but at this stage in the game, if you're Arredondo,
throw strikes.
Have to throw it over the plate. Have to.
Don't overthrow it. Just let your fielders take over. The pitch. Fouled off. Stays alive on the 3-2 count.
Definitely. If Haller's going to get on, has to work for it, make him put it in play, earn it, no free passes. Arredondo has the command.
Do they try off speed here just to change it up a little?
Maybe so.
Here's the 3-2. No. Hit one to Sullivan, steps on the bag, game over. So an easy out for Dan Sullivan to end the game, and the Spartans pick up their first win of the year, and a game that had highs and lows all over the place. But the Spartans win it. Final score 9-6, 9 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for Tampa, 6 runs, 10 hits, 3 errors for Queens University. Tampa now 1-1 on the season, and Queens University falls to 0-2. Tomorrow at 11 o'clock, this same Queens University team will take on Mount Olive, and at 3 o'clock, the Tampa Spartans will take on Georgia College. For Connor Moore, this is Jack Ike saying thanks for joining us. Join us tomorrow at 3 for the play-by-play of the Tampa Spartans.